Good afternoon, everyone, and it's great to be here at this conference. This is our first time presenting at this conference, so I've changed the content of the slides a little bit. I've decided to talk a little bit about our business first up, and then I can take you through really what is an exciting program of work that we're doing in Victoria now as well. So the usual disclaimers, these are available on our website. I do use my words carefully, but please be aware that any forward-looking statements come with the usual disclosure. So Chalice Gold Mines, as it says there in the top left-hand corner, we are quite a unique junior company, and it says exploration business there quite purposefully. We are in the business of finding things, upgrading projects, and then selling them off. We've been quite successful in doing that. At the moment, we are hunting for the big prize. That really is what Chalice gets excited about. We're looking for the plus $1 billion present value prizes. And at the moment, we're exploring in frontier areas of Australia, in northern Victoria, near some of our neighbours like Kirkland Lake, Navarre and Chalice, who you've heard of this morning. And we're also in the West Kimberley, exploring for nickel sulfides. The second point of uniqueness, if you like, is our finance position. So we have approximately $30 million in working capital and investments, which equates to about 11 cents per share. And those who are checking their screens will see that we are trading at the moment at about 18 cents a share. So quite a unique position where the enterprise value of the company is less than the cash essentially at bank. We haven't raised any capital either in this business since 2011. So it's been quite a good run. The way we've done that is really we've been managed to find things, develop them, move them ahead, get them to feasibility stage, and then sell them. And we've generated over 100 million Australian dollars in doing that over the history of the company. Approximately a third of those proceeds have gone directly back to our shareholders. So at the moment, we have about 14 cents of cash that we've actually physically returned to shareholders over the last 7 years. So we are, as it says here, we're targeting the big one. We're doing that at the moment in northern Victoria, called our Pyramid Hill Gold Project. It's very much a new opportunity. This is not a recycled area of the world that's been through 100 different explorers. We are really blazing a new frontier here. We think there is very strong commercial drivers for exploration, so we are not spending money without a real purpose, and that is to find a commercially feasible ore body. We have a very, very large area under 100% us in the northern part of Victoria. It's also a very cheap place to explore relative to other places in the world. So being Australia, being a temperate climate, we can drill here quite effectively, quite cheaply, and that gives us a lot of bang for our buck. It's all on established farmland, so you'll see some of the photos in this presentation. You'll see the sort of scenery. It is very much flat. Basic agriculture is the primary land use, and we take our relationship with the community very, very seriously. This being a gold conference, I won't bore you with nickel, but please come and talk to me about our number 2 project after this if you'd like to hear more about what we're doing in the Kimberley. So Chalice has a very tight capital structure and a very strong balance position for the company, the company's market cap. Approximately 17% of the company is held by the chairman. Collectively, insiders on a fully diluted basis own about 25% of this company. We also have a very large institutional investor there, Franklin Templeton, based in San Francisco, who have held that position for a very long time. And we have a number of other institutions who are very kindly supporting us with approximately almost 10% of our register held there. As it says there, our market capitalisation at 19 cents equates to about $50 million. At the moment, it's slightly less, about 47. And cash at bank, almost 15 million Australian dollars. Collectively, when you add on our liquid investments in ASX and TSX juniors, it's about 30 million Australian dollars, or approximately 11 cents a share. And we have performed quite well. If you look at that graph, since the middle of the year, we're up quite a bit from our low, our 52-week low of approximately 11.5 cents. So who are we? It says there we're a fairly dynamic group, and I mean to say that because we're a mixture very, very seasoned explorationists who have found some very serious deposits in their time, and also very studious capital and commercial managers. So the chairman, who, as I mentioned, is the major shareholder, he's had a number of public companies in his time. He has a substantial position in all those companies listed there. He's also had quite significant success in the last 12 months, making 2 greenfield lithium discoveries in Western Australia. And also he's recently just made an onshore gas discovery in the Perth Basin in Western Australia. So if you like, he's in a bit of form, and we're looking to deliver him the trifecta here this year and deliver him a gold discovery as well. Myself, I'm the Managing Director. I've been CEO for approximately 18 months. I came out of McKinsey, the management consultancy, because I saw an opportunity here to build a company from a very solid base. And I'm an engineer and with a finance degree by background, and really I'm here to manage the exploration effort and look at that commercial angle. We've got 2 established non-executive directors, long-terms with the company, Morgan Ball, who's the CFO of Saracen Mines, Stephen Quinn, who's the CEO and president of Midas Gold, who have a 5 million ounce deposit in Idaho. So quite serious companies there that they're involved in. The 2 explorationists on in the executive team, Kevin Frost, who's unfortunately not here today, he's credited with the discovery of quite a significant nickel deposit in Western Australia. And Bruce Kendall, who's just joined me as my corporate development manager, he is here in the crowd. He's credited with the Tropicana gold discovery in Western Australia. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is that we have a track record and we are serious about finding mines. Since our 2006 IPO, we've generated approximately $100 million from selling projects. Approximately $36 million of that has gone straight back into investors' pockets. Our claim to fame was in 2012, where we sold a project in northeast Eritrea for $114 million US. We look to replicate that. We've had a go in Canada, and we've had some success in Canada, and now our focus is squarely on northern Victoria. So Pyramid Hill, this is what the countryside, I guess, looks like in this part of the world. That's our drilling operation, which is currently underway. We're in the middle of a 25,000 metre air core program, which I'll take you through now. So as you would have seen from our neighbours presenting earlier this morning, we're in the Bendigo zone. It's a very historic province. It hasn't been explored effectively in the northern part of the state because there is cover over the top of the rocks. And that is the opportunity that we're looking to unlock. The Victorian government estimated there's approximately 32 million ounces in a P50 mid-case to be found in that 7,000 square kilometre area, of which Chalice controls approximately 5,000 square k's. And really, why does this matter is because what Ian was talking about, Kirkland Lake, what they've done at the nearby Fosterville operation over the last few years. I won't repeat this, but I think everyone in the audience is aware just how prolific the mines of Victoria can be, and we are looking to find one of these. So obviously we consider the size of the prize very serious. So we have what I consider an undervalued 5,000 square kilometre land holding. If you compare us to our neighbours in the region, you can see some of the enterprise values of our neighbours there. I guess we're sitting here as the lowly newcomer at a $20 million enterprise value. We do have $30 million in working capital investments as well, mind you, which does differentiate us against some of the smaller names. So we are one of the largest holders. We are at an early stage of exploration, but in this district, I guess the long-term prize can be quite substantial. We are looking to repeat the discovery of a Fosterville-style deposit, potentially more than one Fosterville-style deposit. You can see on the figure on the left-hand side there, our land position is in the dark orange shade. Our neighbours, Kirkland Lake, in the blue shade, Kirkland Metals and Hancock in JV in the pink, and also Navarre in the purple in a JV with Catalyst, and the lighter shade of green there on the left-hand side of the page. So we hold a number of areas, significant sized areas. The focus of our work at the moment is in that central Muckleford area. So just for those 3D minded, this is what I guess a slice of the earth looks like in this part of the world. We have the blue shaded rock there is the target geology. In Bendigo and at Fosterville, that geology is at surface. As you go north, as I'm sure Bruce Kay from Chalice would have explained, it goes undercover, and it goes under quite variable depths of cover. So essentially there's hills hidden under those cover. There's ore bodies hidden under there. They just need an explorer to come and unlock. And we've done essentially one season of work here. So we acquired this in late 2017. We started work as soon as the tenure was granted in early 2018. And we've done approximately 40,000 metres of reconnaissance air core drilling thus far. So this is my one technical slide in the pack. Basically, the drilling is currently underway on this property. We have a 25,000 metre program that is in a much smaller constrained area than the previous season. Last year we were drilling literally over 5,000 square Ks. So this year we are progressively tightening the target areas. So on the left-hand side there is the planned holes in the white that we've actually just completed. We are waiting on assays for those holes. They should be about 3 weeks away before we release those to the market. So we've done about 6,000 metres of the 25,000 metres thus far. The rig is now moved up to Carry in the northern part of the block there. That's got approximately 50 to 70 metres of cover. That's looking like a little bit of a different target style, what could be a quite strike extensive system. And you can see there by looking at that scale bar on that image, we are still drilling on that target very, very wide spaced. So we're not drilling 50 metres between holes, we're drilling kilometres between holes here, looking to identify a mineralisation footprint from that air core drilling. And then if we have a large footprint, that's indicative of a large gold system. So we're making sure we explore in such a way to define something that's very large and very commercially viable for, and obviously reward for our shareholders. So Catalyst Metals, a couple of case studies here. Catalyst have, if you've been following their shares, they've gone from approximately 30 million EV to 180 in the space of about 3 years. Their effective enterprise value is closer to 400 million, given that they own 50% of their 2 discoveries. We are using essentially exactly the same techniques that Bruce and his geologists there at Catalyst used to discover those 2 prospects. And certainly we're looking to replicate some of that success. Gold Road, another example of a junior company picking up what is very grassroots property, very much greenfield tenure, that was an established mineral province, but hadn't yet been explored. They picked up a very large land holding. They made the Gruyere discovery some years ago, and now they are over $1 billion company. And it's a great example of how junior explorers can be effective in exploring, taking bits of ground from concept all the way to production in the case of Gold Road. So why is this investment grade? As I've said, we're currently drilling. We are looking for the big prize here. We are designing our drill holes very much focused on delivering that big prize so that a discovery intersection potentially does move the needle for our shareholders. We have the capital to really be out here for a number of years. So we are well funded for the near term in terms of what our expenditure levels are. And we've done it before. So we've shown that this business is very effective and has the right management strategy, has the right business strategy to deliver returns for our shareholders. So thank you very much. And please come and see us at the booth.